Dear viewers, welcome to our channel GVS Bank Academy. Today I am going to discuss about JAB Accounting and Financing for Banks for Bankers. This is IIBF subject updates for the forthcoming examination January 22. Now they had given RBI notifications from 1st January 21 to 30th June 2021 which are applicable to accountancy paper. This is the subject updates from RBI notification from 1st January 21 to 30th June 2021. These notifications, some questions may come from these notifications in January 2022 examination. Now, risk-based internal audit. Now, almost all organizations, they have started, banks are already started. Now, there are other organizations also are being instructing to start the risk-based internal audit framework, strengthening governance issues in the banking. The tenure of the period of the appointment of the head of the internal audit in the banks, minimum 3 years. Head of internal audit period is 3 years. He is directly reporting to audit committee of the board, managing director or CEO of the bank. Now, the internal audit function shall not be outsourced. This is one of the major issue. It cannot be outsourced. Now, this is the very important. Now, decided to mandate, RBI is mandating compulsory risk-based internal audit framework in the following non-banking financial companies and urban cooperative banks. All deposit taking non-banking financial companies, irrespective of their asset size, they have to compulsory start the RBIA risk-based internal audit. Deposit taking NBFCs, irrespective of asset size. Non-deposit taking NBFCs 5,000 crores and above. So, deposit taking irrespective of asset size. Non-deposit taking NBFCs asset size of 5,000 crores and above. They have to implement the risk-based internal audit from 31st March 2022, coming year. That is there. All urban cooperative banks having asset size of 500 crores and above. All urban cooperative banks having asset size of 500 crores and above also they have to mandatorily implement the risk-based internal audit from 31st March 2022. Earlier, this is there in the bank. Now they had extended to NBFCs, deposit taking mandatory, non-depositing taking organizations 5,000 crores and above, and urban cooperative banks 500 crores and above asset size. They have to mandatorily implement the risk-based internal audit with effect from 31st March 2022. Second point, utilization of floating provisions, cyclical provisions buffer. Because of COVID, it has been decided to allow banks to utilize 100% of the floating provision under counter-cycle provision appearing in the bank's books as on 31st March 2020. Whatever the balance outstanding in bank books as on 31st December 2020 in the floating provision means extra provisions, and any other counter cyclical provision is there in the bank's books, that amount can be utilized, that can be withdrawn, utilized for specific provisions for non-performing assets with prior approval of their boards. With respect to board's approval, what are the outstanding balance in floating provisions, any additional provision or counter-cyclical provision outstanding as on 31st March, they are allowed to withdraw and they can utilize for making specific provisions on non-performing assets. This floating provisions means not against any specific assets. Guidelines for appointment of statutory central auditors. Statutory auditors of commercial banks, urban cooperative banks, non-banking financial companies, including housing finance. So this is a overall appointment of statutory central auditors. Whenever any bank is appointing auditors. Before appointing, they have to take the approval from RBI. That is mandatory. Now, the NBFCs with asset size of 1000 crores and above also, they have to appoint statutory central auditors and with the prior approval of the RBI. That is. Now, audit committee of the board of the bank or local management committee shall monitor the assets of the independence of the auditor. So, audit committee, board, local management committee will monitor the central statutory auditors, independence of the auditors. Tenure and rotation of the auditors. Statutory central auditors period is for a continuous period of 3 years. They can be appointed for 3 years. Subject to the firm is satisfying the norms every year. Subject to 3 years, they can continue. After continuing of 3 years, the audit firm should not be eligible for reappointment in the same bank for 6 years to 10 years. So, after completion of 3 years continuous audit, they are not allowed to reappoint up to 6 years. So, their cooling period is 6 years is there for reappointment. Tenure is 3 years, cooling period for reappointment is 6 years. That is there. But before appointment, prior approval of RBI, NBFC with exercise also 1000 crores and above, they have to take prior permission. This is about appointment of statutory central auditors. Now, master direction on levy of penal interest for delayed reporting to RBI, wrong reporting to RBI, non-reporting of currency cess transactions, and inclusion of ineligible amount in currency cess balances. This is 1st April 2021 RBI notification. Now, reporting of currency cess transactions. Minimum amount of deposit or withdrawal 1 lakh initially and thereafter in multiples of 50,000. In the daytime, in the morning hours, if they want to withdraw, they can withdraw or deposit 1 lakh. After that, in multiples of 50,000, that is it. Time limit for reporting the closing balance of the currency cess by 7 p.m. on the same day. By 7 p.m. And through portal is CYMCC portal. CYMCC portal is the currency cess reporting transactions. Penal interest will be calculated on T, transaction date plus how many days delay, that is it. T plus 0 basis, the penal interest will be calculated. The penal rate of penal interest is bank rate plus 2%. For delayed reporting, what is the penal interest? Bank rate, prevailing bank rate plus 2% over, that is it. Reporting of soiled note remittance to RBI. Soiled note remittances to RBI should not be shown as withdrawal by currency system. Any soiled note remittances are remitted to RBI that cannot be shown as withdrawal from the currency system. In case such remittances to be wrongly reported, there is a penalty of 50,000. Soiled note remittances to RBI, they cannot show as withdrawal from the currency. If they are showing, a penalty is 50,000. Reporting of diversion in CYM portal, CC portal. Any wrong reporting is there, 50,000 will be levied. For such wrong reporting ke liye 50,000 is the penalty. This is about the master direction levy of penal interest. Master direction on currency distribution. Currency distribution, exchange schemes, CDES, currency distribution and exchange scheme for bank branches, including currency cess based on performance of in rendering customer service to members of public. So, ultimately, currency distribution is one of the main responsibility of the bank, which is going to be monitored by RBI. This is also 1st April 2021. Banks are eligible for the following financial incentives for providing facility to exchange of notes. Banks are going to get the following. Opening of currency cess and maintaining of currency set at centers having population of less than 1 lakh in underbanked states. This is important. Opening of new currency sets and maintaining of currency sets at centers having population of less than 1 lakh. That too in underbanked states, the following incentives will eligible for the banks. At the time of construction of currency test, they are eligible for capital cost reimbursement, 50% of the capital expenditure, subject to a ceiling of 50 lakhs for currency test. Same is there in the northeastern state, we will get 100% of the capital cost, subject to a ceiling of 50 lakhs. So, this is the incentive giving to the banks for opening of currency test, where population is less than 1 lakh, that to unbanked states. Number 2, revenue. This is capital cost means establishment cost for the starting of new currencies. This is revenue cost, operation, revenue, salaries, maintenance, etc. Reimbursement of 50% of revenue expenditure for the first 3 years. After establishment, first 3 years, 50% of the salaries, maintenance, etc. will be provided by the RBI. In the northeastern states, 50% up to 5 years. Now it seems that RBI is also want to establish more currency states in unbanked areas and the northeastern states. This is there. So capital cash reimbursement is 50% of capital cash subject to a ceiling of 50 lakhs for currency states. Northeastern 100% 50 lakhs. Reimbursement cost of revenue 50% for first 3 years. Northeastern 50% for 5 years. This is the reimbursement of capital cost, revenue cost. Number 2, exchange of soil notes at bank branches. Exchange of soil notes at bank branches. If any bank is exchanging the soil notes from the public, for each packet they will get 2 rupees incentive. 2 rupees per packet for exchange of soil notes up to denomination of 50 rupees. Up to 50 rupees denomination, for each packet we are getting 2 rupees. Banks are getting 2 rupees. Exchange. Adjudication of mutilated notes means exchange of or adjudication means exchange only. Mutilated notes at bank branches 2 per piece. If you are taking mutilated note and you are giving in currency circulation notes, you will get 2 rupees per piece. Now here we will get 2 rupees per packet. Exchange of soil notes at bank branch counters. Adjudication of mutilated notes at bank branches 2 per piece. Distribution of coins over counters at branches 25 rupees per bag for distribution of coins over there. So banks are distributing the coins over the counter. For each bag they will get 25 rupees per bag. This is about the currency distribution and exchange scheme for bank branches. This is establishment of currency sets in unbanked areas and exchange of soil notes and distribution of coins. This point. Master circular scheme of penalties for bank branches including currency sets based on performance in rendering customer service to the members of public. So if any bank is not following the guidelines of RBI can impose the penalty. What are the penalties? RBI Master Circular dated 1st April 2021. 1st April 2021. First point, shortages in soiled notes remittances. Where any shortages are there in soiled notes remittances and shortages are observed in currency test balances. Shortages in soil note remittance to RBI. Shortage in currency test outstanding balances. For notes in denomination of up to 50 rupees and means up to 50 rupees denomination shortage is there. 50 per piece in addition to the loss. Loss plus 50 per piece they have to pay penalty up to 50 rupees. 100 rupees and above equal to the face value plus in addition to the loss. When any shortage in soiled notes remittance, and any shortage in currency cessed balances. Notes up to 50 rupees each, 50 per piece in addition to loss incurred to the bank, that is the penalty against that currency cessed. Where the notes are denomination is 100 rupees and above, equal to the face value of the note plus addition to the loss they have to pay. This is about shortages in soiled note remittances and currency cessed balances. Counterfeit notes, jolly notes. Counterfeit note detected in soiled notes remittance. Counterfeit notes detected in soiled notes remittances and currency cessed balances. Counterfeit notes detected in soiled note remittances to RBI and counterfeit note detected in currency cessed balances. What is the penalty? Penalty at 100% of the value of the counterfeit notes. What is the value? Into 100%. In addition to recovery of loss to the extent of the notional value of such notes. So any loss to the notional value, that also plus 100% of the notional value of counterfeit notes we have to pay to RBI. Mutilated notes detected in soiled notes remittance. When banks are remitting soiled note to RBI, where mutilated notes are there, now they have to pay penalty. For each piece of mutilated note, 50 per piece, irrespective of denomination, they have to pay penalty. Any mutilated notes are detected in soiled notes remittance. Each mutilated note penalty is 50. Fourth one, non-functioning of CCTV in the currency system. Branch cash documents. Branch related cash documents kept in currency system strong room. Non-utilization of note sorting machines in currency system. Non-functioning of CCTV in currency system. Branch cash documents kept in currency system strong rooms. Non-utilization of note sorting machines. For each time irregularity, 5,000 rupees. Penalty 5,000 for each irregularity. If they are repeatedly doing the same mistake, penalty will be enhanced to 10,000 rupees in case of repetition. Initially 5,000, repetition mistakes are there, 10,000. Violation of, last one, fifth point, violation of any term of agreement with RBI. At the time of currency state, banks are entering agreement with RBI. Non-issue of coins to the over the counter. In spite of having stock, banks are having stock, but they are not issuing to the public. Refusal to exchange soiled notes at the counters. Banks are refusing the soiled notes at counters. Non-conduct of surprise inspection at least at bi-monthly. In the currency system, banks has to conduct inspection by third party, other than currency system officers. Once in 2 months. Bi-monthly means once in 2 months. Non-acceptance of lower denominator notes at currency system. For this also there is a penalty. 10,000 rupees for any violation of agreement or deficiency in service. Any violation of this agreement, 10,000 rupees is the penalty. Now, 5 lakhs is the penalty in case there are more than 5 instances of violation of agreement. If the bank or currency system is violating more than 5 times, 5 instances of violation of agreement deficiency, RBI can impose penalty of 5 lakh rupees. And the levy of such penalty will be placed in public domain by that particular bank. So these are the penalties in the scheme of penalties for bank branches, including currency system based. So these are the penalties regarding currency system. Master Circular, detection and impounding of counterfeit notes. RBI notification dated 1st April 2021. The counterfeit notes can be, who will impound the notes? One is all banks. Number 2, all treasury offices and sub-treasury offices. Third one is Reserve Bank of India, note issue offices. So only 3 authorities are having to impound the counterfeit notes. One is all banks, second all treasuries and subsidiaries, third one is issue of Reserve Bank of India. Detection of counterfeit notes, reporting to police and other bodies. Detection of counterfeit notes, reporting to police and other authorities. For cases of detection of counterfeit notes, up to 4 pieces in a single transaction. In a single transaction, 4 or less than 4 notes are received. Bank has to file a consolidated report by the end of the month. A consolidated FIR they have to file. B. For cases of detection of counterfeit notes of 5 and more in a single transaction. In any single transaction, if you are receiving 5 or more pieces of counterfeit notes, then the note should be forwarded immediately by the nodal bank officer to the local police authorities. The respective nodal bank officer, you have to forward the case and file an FIR also in the prescribed format. 5 and above, immediately you have to file the FIR with the local police by the nodal officer. Now, establishment of forged notes vigilance cell at head office of bank. Each bank having one forged notes vigilance cell at head office of bank. What is the functions of this forged note vigilance cell at head office? Dissemination of instructions issued by RBI about the counterfeit notes. Whatever the information receiving, they have to disseminate, they have to inform, they have to disclose all the banks. Conducting periodic surprise checks at currency sets. Conducting periodic surprise checks at currency sets. Third one is ensuring operation of note sorting missions. Ensuring operation of note sorting missions that they have. Now, whatever the counterfeit notes received during the month, the same must be reported to RBI by the 7th of the next month. Whatever the counterfeit notes received by that branch in all the branches, that information has to be reported to RBI. Current month information, next month 7th. The same should be reported to FIUIND, Financial Intelligence Unit India, under PMLA by the 15th of the next month. Current month information you have to report next month 15th. And the same must be uploaded in Finet portal. This is there. And preservation of counterfeit notes received from the police. After filing FIR, they will return the notes to bank. From the day, preservation of counterfeit notes received from police. Preserved for a period of 3 years from the date of receipt from the police. After receipt of the notes from the police, you have to preserve for 3 years. After that, these notes are going to be remitted to RBI. This is about the counterfeit notes. Very, very important for all examinations. Master Circular, facility for exchange of notes and coins. Exchange of soiled notes. Notes presented in small number. Exchange of soiled notes. Notes presented in small number, where the number of notes presented by a person at the counter is up to 20 pieces with a maximum value of 5,000. Up to 20 and maximum value of 5,000. Banks should exchange them over the counter free of charge. Immediately, banks should take that notes and they have to exchange. Free of charge, up to 20 pieces per day, value is 5,000. This is exchange of soiled notes at counters. 20 pieces, 5,000 same day, free of cost. Notes presented in bulk. If any customer is presenting by a person exceeding 20 pieces or 5,000 in value per day. If any customer is coming for exchange of soiled notes, more than 20 pieces and value is more than 5,000 per day, bank may accept them under acknowledgement. Banks may accept them under acknowledgement against receipt, and for value to be created at a later point of time. After verification, the bank has to credit the customer account. In case tendered value is above 50,000, they have to take the usual precautions. This is about exchange of soil notes across the counter on the same day, 20 pieces, maximum value is 5,000. If any customer is tendering more than 20 pieces and are above 5,000 rupees, bank can acknowledge the receipt and it can be created at a later point of time. This is about the dear viewers, this information is very important for JAB and also very important for forthcoming promotional examination process for all skills. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel.